When I moved here, had to make relationships with people, you know, that I love dearly and I'm gonna miss dearly. I met one of my best friends here. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you can have relationships with other people once you learn to like communicate and then like also understand their communication style. Because I have a friend, she is a hot mess. I love her so much, but her communication style is very passionate, you know, very passionate. If you don't know her, she will hurt your feelings. I know her intentions, so she don't hurt mine when she's talking, because I know she's coming from a place of love and care. But that's me learning her communication style. She also knows my communication style is not so boisterous, so I watch her really put forth the effort to communicate with me a little gentler, you know, than she would somebody else. But that's because we both like value like our relationship. So relationships really are important, and I just don't like our like I don't need nobody culture, because I'm like, go to these nursing homes, because I go to some, they get calls where these people have lost their will to live, right? And we're supposed to put them on a hold and, you know, 5150 them, but it's like, go to these nursing homes, go to these hospitals, go talk to these people who have nobody before you start saying, I don't need nobody. Because these people really don't have anybody. Like nobody. And it's just like, and then they all have regrets. They could have had somebody. Literally, if you talk to all of them, they could have, right? And they wish that they could fix things. And sometimes it's too late to fix situations, you know. You hope that it's not, but sometimes it is. So that's why I'm saying be mindful. You know, if you tell somebody, F you, I don't need you in my life, they may take that to heart, and they may not just be like, oh, they was mad in the moment. They may be like, no, you said F me. It's F me then. And you know what I mean? But some people may be like, I know you was upset. Don't talk to me like that again. You don't know how that person's going to receive your information. So you have to be mindful how you deliver it. So that's kind of what I really like talk to, like, especially my middle schoolers, because middle school is them kids there. Girl.
I can imagine.
Girl, I get dizzy. But it's like, watch how you communicate with people. You want your teacher to give you extra credit or fix your grade? Why, if you just cussed her out? Why would she do that? You want your grade fixed? You think cussing her out is the best way? No, it's not. You know, and it's like, well, you don't have to like somebody. The rest of your life, you're gonna encounter people you do not like. Literally, it's inevitable. That don't mean you gotta be mean to them.
Correct.
You don't have to be mean because you don't like them. Especially someone who's over you. This teacher affects if you go to the next grade or not. You don't have to like her. You don't have to kiss her, but just be respectful. Just be respectful. Be mindful of how you talk to her. If she is frustrating you, that's when you come here. We talk about how to communicate. If that's not working, then you can go to administration or something. Like, there's steps you can take to improve a relationship that you don't have control over, like at work. Like you said, find somewhere else to work. You know what I mean?
Another team to go. You can stay in the same company.
And then ask for another team.
Like, you
something.
Know.
So it's like there's options, and I just think like we lack awareness of that because we weren't taught it.
Correct.
And so like it's real important for me, for people to understand like how to communicate, because we do a lot of like telling people what to do with no steps. So it's like, we got to give you the steps. We got to give you the tools on how to actually do that, so that way you can improve. Because if I tell you to shoot 100 shots in the gym and nobody's ever showed you how to shoot, those 100 shots are worthless. They're useless. You're going to look at this ball and be like, now what? Like, I heard pickleball, never actually seen it, never saw it. I have no idea what it is. If somebody told me, all right, go play pickleball, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
Correct.
I don't know if I need another person to play this game. Is it a solo game? What are there tools in it? Is it just the ball? Like, I don't know. So if you stick me out there, then what's next, right? You have to show me what it looks like. You have to model that behavior. What does this look like? Then you have to show me how I can do that too. And then how to exit if that other person isn't ready to communicate yet, right? So it's just like, we got to give people the steps. Like, teach them how to communicate, so that way they can be more effective. And then like how to listen to someone else. So I'm real big on like, when I have my clients, when someone's talking, write. Don't interrupt them. Write down what you want to say back to them. Just start writing it. That way, because a lot of times when someone brings a problem to you, y'all get off track and you lose sight of the problem. Because they said something you didn't like, and you're like, well, what about when you did this? Well, we're not talking about what you did. And you go, and you still have a problem. Y'all just more mad. Yeah. So I'm like, write it down. Let them get all of it out. So I always be like, write down what your points are that you want to talk about. When that person is talking, you take your notes. That way you can go back and you guys can have a healthier dialogue, because that makes you also pause, right? Because when you're writing, you can't have 100 thoughts. You can only focus on what you're writing, right? And so it makes you also slow down. That's your pause moment, right? When you write, that's what I always tell people. When you're mad, before you say something, write it down, because it makes you slow down. Because you can't write, because I know when I get upset, my thoughts
over the place. Me too. Me too. And then my mind go down a bad rabbit hole, because I live in this joyous place. I'm so blessed to have a peaceful, loving household here that I live at that. So anything that takes me away from that takes me down this whole other path. And because I'm not used to it, it's like it can change. So and I have to will myself back in, just off of the whole, you don't want to get in a position where you start feeling like you got to act or react, and then that's when the bad decisions come, right? And it's hard, especially if you end up in a place where you're trying to salvage a relationship already, and then something like that happens. It's interesting. I literally say, and people probably might think it sounds bad, but I'll say, it's okay if you don't want to be friends, because if you are indeed that upset at anything I may have said, done, whatever, and you also feel like you're not in a place where you can communicate that to me for me to fix it, then it's okay. It doesn't change that's what I say. I still love you just as much. Doesn't change. The love is still here. When you were ready, let's go. But if you're not ready and there's nothing that I can do, or that you can tell me to do, or vice versa that you feel like you can do, it's okay to pause, and we don't have to be friends. We can still love each other. We just don't have to be enemies.
And that's what I'm saying. You can realize that a relationship is run its course, and that doesn't mean you have to be enemies or be mean to each other or treat each other negatively. It can still be cordialness. When I see you, it's like, hey, how are you? Because sometimes that time apart where you guys had an amicable split, you may realize the value that person really did have. And then after that time goes by, you guys may be able to be in different places and be able to rekindle a new relationship. Not the old one, but you may be able to have a new one. So it's just super, relationships are so important to me. They really have been. That's why I've made it a point to no matter how busy I get, check on people, or just let people know that I see them or that I'm thinking of them, because we all get busy in life and we get bogged down. And my field has taught me nurture those relationships, because I have friends a teammate of mine in college. I hadn't seen her in years and years and years. And 2 years ago, we all went to homecoming, my volleyball team that I played with. And it was we didn't miss a beat. You would have thought we just graduated from college last year. It was just so nice, because we didn't end hating each other or whatever. It was just love never dies.
It never dies.
You know what I mean? So then when you go see old friends, I had the most amazing weekend with these girls, and then now we're checking on each other now. So you know what I mean? We're still not talking every day, because that's just how our life is set up, but we are able to communicate. How are you? How's everything? Good to hear from you. Go. We don't even have to, and we live in a society where you can just message somebody. You don't even have to call anymore. You know what I mean? So it's you can be busy and just send a message, just communicate that, and I just think we also need understanding too of where people are in life too. So just I just think a lot of that is self work. We want all these things for ourselves, but we have to be able to do those things that we want for other people. So it's you want people to be understanding, then you got to be understanding. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people who just aren't. You want people to listen to you. Do you listen to other people? You know what I mean? So it's just but that's where that self-work comes in, but you don't know how to do that without some help. And that's why I'm please go to therapy. Because I know I have friends who are like, oh, I'm the therapist of the group. You're really not, you know, because it's a different, we got a goal in mind, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the world of Kia. We get to see everybody in my world.